If you guys are still here, thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me. I've been into photography for most of my life, and I've always admired video, but I always thought it was too complex compared to photography, and I never bothered to learn it. Now, I've made videos before, but nothing beyond using like iMovie or Windows Movie Maker back in the day. I opened Davinci Resolve for the first time a couple months ago, and I felt extremely overwhelmed. Recently, I thought to myself, I just need to learn it in like little bits and pieces. So I started shooting video clips, which didn't have any hope of turning out to be something worth putting out there, and I used them to work through each of the individual pages in Resolve, just trying to get used to its interface. After struggling a little bit with like the Fairlight tab, which is the audio tab, and the color tab, which lets you change the color grading and all that, I finally have a basic understanding enough to at least put something together in Resolve from beginning to end. Once I felt like I understood enough of it, I wanted to create a video that I had actually planned out. And I thought it would be funny to make a video where I made instant coffee, because there are so many videos out there of people making proper coffee. And since our roommate moved out, we've had this blank wall where the living room TV used to be. So a few weeks ago, I went out and bought the smallest TV I could find, and I wall mounted it just for the humor of it. So I wanted to show that as well. So this video and what's recording me right now is the Sony FX30 with the 11mm f1.8 Sony lens. So I had bought a ZV-1 Mark II at first to try to make these videos, but after shooting test footage with it, I just wasn't really happy with it. It wasn't really what I wanted, the quality wasn't there, and there was no path to upgrade and add accessories to it in the future, like new lenses and stuff like that. So I decided to return it for this Sony FX30 and the Sony 11mm f1.8. And so far, I'm extremely happy with it. I also got the Sony ECM M1 microphone, and it sounds fantastic in my opinion. I felt really bad. The guy in the store was the same one that found the ZV-1 Mark II for me, and he had a hell of a time trying to find it. It took him probably about like 10 minutes to find the ZV-1 Mark II box. And then when I went back to exchange it for the FX30, they were looking for 20 minutes. He pulled in another guy and looked for 20 minutes, and in the end, he had given up and said, "We can just order you one and have it shipped to your house." And as we were checking out at the register, the other guy that was helping him try to find the FX30 finally found it and brought it to him. And I also needed an SD card that was fast enough for the FX30. I had said I needed a 128GB UHS to SD card, and at first he came back with a micro SD card. Then I had to say like, oh nope, nope, not that one. It's gotta be like a normal SD card. And then he went back out to grab another SD card, and he came back with let me find it. He came back with this 128GB SD card that was not fast enough, and I had felt too bad at that point. I didn't want to bother him anymore, so I went with it, and I didn't need it, but I didn't have the heart to tell him that that was the wrong one again. So I got that one, and then later went back and got the correct one. So overall, really excited to start using this camera more and learn more about videography, recording videos, and yeah, just editing them. So again, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Is that enough footage? I think so. We'll try to piece something together, but I'm going to keep this setup in place just in case I mess up and need to re-record a segment. This is what the video looks like without lighting. This is what he grabbed, and this is what I needed.